Hey, what's up guys? John here. Breaking news out of Canada. Justin Trudeau wants to essentially change the entire real estate market right now. And this is essentially going to tank jobs for real estate agents, for everyone that's involved in the buying and selling home process. This is going to tank the overall tax revenue generated from these properties. And it's going to deplete these economies all throughout Canada. Take a look at this. Canada's housing crisis is so bad its government wants to change the rules for buying a home. Came out 38 minutes ago. Canada sits in a housing crisis of its own, and its government eyes some unconventional fixes. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau aims to ban blind bidding, which keeps buyers from seeing other offers. The ban will crack down on predatory speculators. I'm not sure who defines predatory, I guess it's them. You shouldn't lose a bidding war to a speculator. Canada desperately needs affordable homes. Revamping the home buying process might be key, according to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Home prices in Canada surged 22% over the past year, and the median home price sits at a record high. According to the Canadian Real Estate Association, material shortages are soaring, construction costs also a place in the country in a bleak supply shortage. The Bank of Nova Scotia estimates the country has fewer homes per 1,000 residents than any other G7 nation. The government is taking a multi-pronged approach to address the problem. On the supply front, Trudeau rolled out a plan last week that aims to build 1.4 million homes over the next 4 years. Yet the Prime Minister's plan for accessible home buying are perhaps more ambitious. For one, Trudeau seeks to ban blind bidding. In that process, bidders can see the asking prices of the home, but not what other prospective buyers bid. It is criticized as a way for sellers to pad pricing. Outlawing such bidding would help crack down on predatory speculators and make for a fairer market, Trudeau said in an August 24th speech. The Prime Minister also plans to bar the home buying of Canadian homes for investment purposes. Think about what he's saying there. He wants to ban everyone from buying homes in Canada as an investment. Housing markets in Canada's largest metropolitan areas have been increasingly flooded by foreign buyers as investors look to capitalize on soaring prices. What he's failing to state here is that investors come in and they generally bring in money. So maybe they buy the property for a high price, that increases the tax revenue, everybody benefits. They then bring in jobs, that helps the economy. Without incentivizing people to enter your economy and your market, essentially what's going to happen is that there's going to be fewer opportunities. Trudeau's plan promises to prohibit new foreign ownership of Canadian homes for 2 years and expand on taxes of vacant foreign-owned homes. You shouldn't lose a bidding war on your home to speculators, Trudeau said. No more foreign wealth being parked in homes that people should be living in. Some of Trudeau's plans have already received pushback from Canadian home builders. Banning blind bidding would keep homeowners from selling their properties the way they want, and boosting supply is a much more effective way to aid affordability. So what is ultimately going to happen too is a lot of these homeowners that think that they have a large cushion of equity in their property, the moment that they say no more investors can come in and they start putting in these rules, what's going to happen? There's going to be fewer qualified buyers to pay the current pricing. So demand's likely going to fall, and with that comes a decrease in valuations. He then says, some of Trudeau's plans already received pushback. Open bidding is still bidding, the association added. Home ownership remains out of reach for millions of Canadians because there is not enough housing supply to meet demand. Canadians conservatives see other options for healing the market. Aaron O'Toole, the party's leader, proposed a plan last week that would also ban foreign investors from buying for 2 years and lift supply by refurbishing of federal buildings for housing use. Regardless of their differences, each party plan strikes a starkly different tone from their southern neighbor. While the U.S. continues to grapple with similar affordability pressures, the federal government has done little to aid buyers. The bipartisan infrastructure plan backed by Biden lacks the $213 billion initially set to create and retrofit 2 million housing units. This is why I keep saying that in America, this is the crazy rules that they're trying to push forward. And when I say crazy, I mean very unconventional. Something where many people would say that it's unconstitutional to where you can come in and have dictatorship over somebody else's property. The way that they buy and sell their real estate should be up to the buyer and seller. But what we seem to be experiencing now is less and less freedom over the buying and selling process of real estate. What I think is ultimately going to happen is I think there's going to be a lot more restrictions coming to real estate investing, not just in Canada, but to America. And I think it's going to happen probably in the next year or two. We're going to start to see a lot of changes come throughout America, especially, the timing would be perfect. If there are millions and millions of people that are evicted from their apartments due to the eviction moratoriums and forbearances, that they can't afford housing. So Biden's going to step in and try to bring in some type of new change that would make housing a bit more affordable. If you think about it, August 2020, they were saying 40 million people would lose their home either in forbearance or foreclosure. And then a year went by, and now they're saying that number is between 10 and 11 million would be evicted, and they're saying about 2 million homes in total in forbearance. So somehow that number decreased by 75%. It doesn't make sense to me. I personally think we're going to see a massive affordability shock. Then it says bidding wars have also boosted the home ownership out of reach for many Americans. The hottest market frequently saw interest parties furiously bid up homes to avoid losing out. Insider previously reported and ramped speculation by firms like BlackRock and Blackstone meant thousands of homes have been taken off the market over a decade to be rented out for steady income. The investing trend grew even more throughout the pandemic as home values spiked. On the rental front, lawmakers are struggling to assist Americans on the verge of eviction. The Supreme Court struck down Biden's 60-day eviction ban on Thursday, putting roughly 7.4 million. Now, the number is actually between 10 and 11 million, but 7.4 million is what they're saying here. Democrats have slammed the court ruling and called for a fresh aid, but such support is unlikely to materialize with the ban reversed. Goldman Sachs estimates 750,000 homes people are going to lose their home in the next couple months. So what we're going to see here is going to be really big. Canada, we've seen Canada, the economy, everything that's happening there go through a huge change already in the last couple of years. But I do think we're going to start to really see incomes fall. What do you think about all this, all these changes that are happening in Canada? Do you think it's going to come to America? Drop your comments below. Really curious as to what you guys think about this. This literally just, as I mentioned, broke 38 minutes ago. I wanted to bring it to you guys first. Drop it below. We'll have a conversation about this. It's pretty crazy to me. And sub here. Consider subbing on my personal channel. I'll leave the links pinned down below, top comment. See you guys in the next video. If you've enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the real world of real estate investing, make sure to check out my gold standard program, Cash Flow Rental Blueprint, by clicking the link in the description below this video. We're currently living in very difficult times. I personally believe these are some of the hardest times that we've ever lived in. We are losing, in many cases, our families, our businesses, our jobs, our sense of security. All this is at threat right now, and it's all thanks to the draconian shutdowns that we're all faced to live under. It's times like these that we can see the value in having more than one stream of income. This is certainly not an unattainable goal or something reserved for only a select few. It is the achievement through education and hard work. Now is the time to be relying on multiple streams of income and not just Big Brother. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you think that your pension is going to cover your retirement, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Don't wait until misfortune knocks at your door. Be proactive and create more security for yourself and your family. One of the best ways you can earn a side hustle today is through real estate investing, something that I've been involved in for over a decade. The strategy is to invest in multifamily homes and live off of rental income through your tenants. These are some of the homes and apartments I currently own and I'm renting out. In my Cash Flow Rental Blueprint, I'll teach you the ins and outs to real estate investing. You'll learn everything about recession-proof investing, real estate versus stocks, different types of real estate investing, how to appraise your own deals so you're not leaning on a third party to tell you what something is worth, out-of-state investing, maximizing your profits, and minimizing your expenses, improving your credit score, different types of loans and which one best fits you and your deal, selecting the right mortgage broker, finding the best deal, lease agreements, and how to find great tenants, and many, many more topics. This is my gold standard program, and in it I put together 1 decade's worth of experience and millions of dollars that I've invested, saving you the time and the money to learn the lessons that I had to learn. To learn more, click the link in the description below this video.